Hello students, I welcome you all once again and this is me, Mr. Joseph Reddy, the Faculty of English, and I welcome you all warmly to this session of, and that is Unit 5, and this particular unit discusses about or talks about social issues. And now let us learn about what is a social issue, what are the different kinds of social issues, and how people really face problems, how people strive hard to continue their life despite these particular problems, and what has happened because of that particular problems. And the entire unit deals about this particular aspect. And now I welcome you all once again to learn this particular unit, social issues. And first we'd like to just see what is a social issue. A social issue is a problem that affects many people in the society. A person is affected or a society is affected by that particular problem, and it is a group of common problems in the society from ages together, especially in Indian society. There are a group of common problems in the society from ages together, and that has been especially faced in the Indian society. So mostly if you go to other countries, we only have the problem of racism, so blacks and whites, so that's a maximum problem that we have. But if you come to India, we have very many problems where we keep fighting on some or the other aspect of that particular problem. And then it is often the consequence of factors extending beyond an individual's control. Here, when you face a problem by yourself, we may have to control ourselves. But you know, a social issue, the moment we say social, it is not an individual, it is not a family, it is the society completely facing it. So it is not in the individual's control, and whatever all I am bound by so many limitations, and they are not in my control, they are already in the control of the society. As it is said, man is a social being, so it is in the control of the society, or the society controls a person. So here it is not often in the control of an individual. There are many social issues prevalent in the Indian society, and caste system is one among them. And here there are so many, as I already told you, there are so many problems which are prevalent in the Indian society, and in that caste system is one. And then India's caste system is among the world's oldest forms of surviving social stratification. If you look at the world's stratification or the division, so the caste system, India's caste system is among the world's oldest forms of surviving stratification. So it has been from the ages together. From ages it has been prevalent in the Indian society. Rather, it is very strongly prevalent in the heads of the Indian people. And here, the caste system divides Hindus into four main categories, that are Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So here mostly the first three categories, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, had enjoyed more privileges in the society compared to Shudras. So they have been oppressed, they have been suppressed, the Shudras, and they have been under a lot of oppression, and there might have not been much development in this particular society. So in that particular aspect, there is one particular aspect called as untouchability. So this untouchability also has been prevalent in the Shudra society. All these people, okay, made them untouchables, where they should not touch or they should not enter into that particular society. And basing upon that, our member in the drafting committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, worked on that, and he also enrolled on in the constitution about untouchability, and untouchability he declared it as a sin. Now Caste system has dictated almost every aspect of Hindu religious and social life. Now, this caste system has dictated, not simply made the people to live, it dictated the religious life and social life literally in every aspect of it. And for every aspect, this particular caste system had been linked. So, this is what we have to learn. And if you come further in the social issues, we also face about female infanticide, and this female infanticide in India has been remaining for centuries. And why this female infanticide? What is infanticide? Is to kill a girl child in the birth itself, or simply they throw this girl child because they feel it is a burden. And then let us look at what might have been the reasons for female infanticide. The reason might be poverty, the reason might be dowry system, because as the girl child grows, they are supposed to give dowry for the girl, and certain times births to unmarried women. So when unmarried women they get children, especially the woman, the girl child, so they despise and they go for female infanticide. And there are so many other reasons. Or they believe that a son grows their genealogy, or it continues the generation further. So that's what they believe. When female is born, so she is supposed to be given to other house. So this is what there are some myths in the people. So they simply don't believe that both are equal, men and women are equal, and they are supposed to go further. So that particular part is not dealt here, and still even to today another 20 to 25% of the people still have this myth in their head. Though they are well educated, though they are already, the technology, science has improved a lot, but despite that, still people have got this wrong notion of men great and female not so great. So this is what is happening. And now basing upon that particular aspect, today we will continue our further lessons. Now we go ahead with Unit 5, Reading A, the Storeyed House 1. Now here, if you look at the word storeyed, we have two kinds of stories. First one is S-T-O-R-Y, story, a tale. So here, that is what the children like stories very much, S-T-O-R-Y. Now here, this particular word S-T-O-R-E-Y, story is the floor, building in the building, first story, second story, third story we say. So this is what the story. So here the storeyed house, maybe multiple storeyed house or whatever it might be. So this you might take into consideration. And then just before starting of this 5th unit, there is a particular quotation given from Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali. So that is about where the world has been broken up into fragments by where the mind is without fear. So that is a poem there, where the mind is without fear. From that there are two lines here to show how exactly the Indians should be there. So it's a prayer to God by Rabindranath Tagore, and here, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. And now here he prays to God, God, lead my country, lead my India into that heaven of freedom, where the world has not been broken up into fragments, into pieces by narrow domestic walls. Here, the caste system and so many other problems, he refers to be the narrow domestic walls. People should not be limited by these particular aspects, and thus India should be free from all these things. And let my people, or let my country awake and get into that world where it can see the greater happiness or greater development or greater togetherness. So this is what Rabindranath Tagore really works for. And that particular quotation is well linked with this particular lesson, the Storeyed House, and how it is linked, what has happened, and everything we will see in the following lesson. And here, when you look at this particular aspect, in this particular lesson, the untouchability, the social evil untouchability is being dealt, and the upper class people, how they used to oppress this lower class people, and if they were against them, what would happen to them, and even if something oppression used to take place, how these people were supposed to keep quiet. So all these things, the certain aspects we would be looking into that particular lesson. Now this Bayaji, there's the protagonist who is mainly dealt in the lesson is about Bayaji and the other opponent system. And Bayaji is a Meher by caste, so Mehers are the untouchables. And here if you see, Bayaji had embraced Buddhism to escape the sufferings of untouchability. So since this untouchability was prevalent in the Hindu society, so in order to free himself from this caste system, this Bayaji embraced Buddhism and became a Buddhist. And Bayaji had worked honestly for a period of 35 years in the dockyard and retired from his service. So after almost 35 years of work in Mumbai in the dockyard, and then he just returned to his native place. Bayaji had crossed 60 but was in sound health. So though he was 60 years old, Bayaji was sound in health, so he did not have any health problems, and his body was very strong. Now the lesson, the Storeyed House, starts with how the bus was entering into their village. So it was almost like a hen which was reluctant to lay the egg, or how it was truant child, a child one who is unwilling, how he was being pulled to the school. So such kind of comparisons are made in the first paragraph of this particular lesson, the Storeyed House. And here Bayaji, after his retirement, returned to his native village, wishing to spend the rest of his life peacefully and comfortably with his family. Now soon after his retirement, whatever the little amount that he had earned for himself, so he just took all those things, and then he returned to his village to live peacefully, to live happily with his family. And as soon as the bus stopped, he got off the bus, put his box on his head, and began to walk towards his house. And being in Mumbai, in the dockyard, what he did was, he used to carry heavy loads, and he was used to that particular work. So here Bayaji, soon after the bus stopped, the coolie, the porter came, and as he tried to lift the box, it was very heavy, so he couldn't lift it. So he himself lifted it and put on his head and started walking in that street, and then he started walking towards his house. And further, as you go ahead, as he was walking towards his house, as he reached Kadam's house, Kadam is a known rascal of his village, and he is an upper class person. Now here Bayaji saw Bhujaba, a known rascal of the village. So here Kadam, and then here Bhujaba, all these people, they are the upper class people. Now Bhujaba is a known rascal of the village. He was the culprit behind so many problems created in the village. So here Bayaji greeted him saying, "Greetings to you, sir. How are things with you?" So whenever you see someone, say greetings, isn't good morning or whatever it may be, right? So here, greetings to you, sir. How are things with you? So that's what he just asked him. So generally when you meet someone, when you see someone after so many days, you generally ask them, so how are you, sir? How are the things with you, and so on. And when he asked, when Bayaji merely said greetings, Bhujaba became furious. Why he has to become furious? Simply if you say, hello, how are you, you become furious, means the scene there is different. Bhujaba was an upper class person, and here Bayaji was a lower class person, and he shouldn't greet him in such a way. So here they are supposed to say, who am I, sir? I am from a noble, humble birth, and so on. He is supposed to acknowledge that he was a lower caste person. So that is what they used to do in those society. And then here when Bayaji merely greeted, he became furious and asked him if he had thought he could become a Brahmin merely by saying greetings. Now we asked him, do you want to really become a Brahmin merely by greeting me in such a way? Now, he could become a Brahmin merely by saying greetings, and if he could forget his position simply because he had turned Buddhist. And he also asked him, would you like to become a Buddhist, and would you like to become a Brahmin, and would you forget your position since you became Buddhist? So that's what he started questioning him. So now Bayaji was nonplussed. Nonplussed means shocked. So he couldn't really expect such kind of thing would really be asked and be questioned. And he was nonplussed to face those questions from Bhujaba. So when he faced so many questions from Bhujaba, he was really shocked. And thereafter, he just wanted to knock him down with a box, or he wanted to knock him down or pin him to the ground and then kill him. To that extent, Bayaji got angry. So that's what is mentioned in the textbook. But he controlled himself because that was not the time. And moreover, Bayaji returned from Mumbai to live or to continue the remaining part of his life peacefully in that particular village. So he controlled himself without knocking him or pinning him to the ground. Now here, Bhujaba asked him greedily how much fund amount he had collected, and when he asked how much fund he had collected, Bayaji replied that it was some 2,500 rupees, just 2,500 or 2,500 rupees. And here, this particular person, from all his lifelong earnings, he had got the 2,500. And if you see in the society, we always are desirous for the amount that others have. So here also, this greedy person, Bhujaba wanted to swindle, forcefully take 4 or 500 rupees from Bayaji. That's what he asked him greedily, how much money did you really earn? Bayaji's family was a very big one. And the very big family Bayaji had. And he had 8 children in all. 6 were sons and 2 were daughters. And his daughters had been married off and had given birth to children. His daughters were already married and they also had children. And further, when this man came to the house, his mother and his wife, they just received him. And here if you talk about his elder son looked after their fields, and the next 2 sons were in government service. See here, the first one, the elder son, looked after their fields, so he was a farmer. And the other 2 children, second and the third, were in the government service. And the one after them, the 4th one, was a school teacher. And about the 5th one, it is not mentioned in the lesson. And the last one, the 6th one, was still studying. So altogether, these were the 6 children of Bayaji. When he came, his mother was very happy and his wife came out to help him lower the trunk. Now when he came and he arrived, his mother was very happy. So she simply did like this, and then the fingers went crackling, and then she brought all whatever we generally customarily do in our house, and then she poured that water out, and his wife covered the face and then lowered the box. So all these things happened with his mother and with his wife. And when these children came to know that their father came, then what happened? All his children came home when they heard of their father's coming. And then, generally, we have a tendency in the family that if father returns from somewhere, the children generally expect something from their father. But as we still grow, as we grow up, as we are married or as we are grown up, we generally don't ask the parents, what did you bring for us? So, but here, you see, all of them wondered what their father had got for them from his lifetime's earnings. And then they were waiting. Father came and something he would bring for us from Mumbai. So that's what they were waiting. So they were eagerly wondering what their father had brought. They were very eager to get whatever his father had brought them, and whatever he had brought, they were very eager to receive it. So that's what was there. And but they were dissatisfied to find that their father had brought them nothing valuable. So when they heard that their father did not bring anything valuable to them, then they were all dissatisfied. They were not satisfied in proper way. And then his elder daughter asked him how it was that he hadn't brought anything for them. As I already told you, his two daughters were married and they had children. And this elder daughter, though she had children, still she was asking, Father, who is that you did not bring anything for us from your lifetime's earnings? So that's what she was questioning him. Bayaji was amused, surprised, wondered with their attitude, with their way of behavior, and told them if he had brought them new clothes, they would tear. And if he had brought them an ornament, it would soon wear out. So Bayaji gave them explanation why he did not get them. Because if he would get clothes, new clothes, it would get torn very soon. If you wear 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, after that, the clothes are supposed to be thrown. And then, if he had brought them an ornament, it would wear out, it would be worn out. So in that way, even if I bring them that also, it won't be proper. So that's what he told them. Here, if you see, Bayaji told them, as they were waiting for the Bayaji's reply, what would he say? Then Bayaji told them that, if I get clothes, it would be worn out, torn out, and if I get them, if I get you the ornaments, it won't be in a proper way that they get worn out. So that's why I have taken one better decision, and so on he told them. Bayaji told them that he wished to build a storied house out of his earnings so that the entire people in the house will fit. So three-cornered house was there, which was not at all properly fit. So people, they used to put their legs one on the other, and then they used to sit, and it was very, very congested in the house. So whatever all the earnings that he had, 2,500 rupees, he wanted to build a storied house. And that was the decision that Bayaji had taken, instead of wasting all the money on buying clothes and ornaments. And when they heard this particular decision, they were all happy with his decision. No one objected. Why like that? We don't require any house. We just want only clothes. All those things they did not say. They were all very happy. They welcomed that particular decision that Bayaji had taken, because Bayaji thought very well about the future of the children. So thus they were all very happy. And as they all accepted, very soon the foundation stone of the Storeyed House was laid on the New Year day. So on the New Year day they laid the foundation stone. And this continuation we will see in our next video, the Storeyed House too. So for this particular lesson, this is all. And here, now let us look at the glossary, whatever is related to this particular lesson. If you look at these words, the first word is come up. Come up is a phrasal verb, and the meaning is that reach a particular point, or approach, or draw near. So all these are the meanings for the word come up. And here in the first paragraph you see this word called God damn it. So God damn it is a phrase, and then simply this is an expression to show or used to show the anger of the people. So you just do like that, stamping foot very strong and then start scolding someone. So at that time we use the word God damn it. And then the word get down. So get down is also a phrasal verb. Get down means to descend, to come down, move down, go down. All those are the meanings for that. And next, put together is a phrasal verb. Put together is put all the things together, means you assemble or you collect, bring together, and then use unitedly. So all those are the meanings. So I am telling you a number of meanings so that when you are supposed to write even the synonyms, you can simply write them. Next, initial momentum. Okay, initial momentum is a phrase. Initial momentum is the basic movement that you are supposed to, the starting movement of something. So basic movement. And the next one is with ease. With ease is a phrase. With ease means easily or without much effort. So that is what the meaning here. Without giving much stress or much effort, if you just do, that is what we call it as a with ease. Next word is hang around. The word hang around is also a phrasal verb, and here the meaning is stay in a place. If you remain in a place or stay in a place, that is what we call it as a hang around. And the next word is day and night. So the word day and night is a phrase, and the meaning is all the time without any exception. So the next one is here we look at sound health. Here sound health means not health making sound. So sound health means it's a phrase having the impression of keeping good health. So if a person has got very good health without any health issues, we call him he is in sound health. Now here, humble salutations. So the word humble salutations is a phrase, and the meaning is a polite expression of greeting people. So you greet someone. Salutation means greeting. So here greeting politely is called humble salutations. And then knock down. Not lockdown, knock down. So knock down means a phrasal verb, and here the meaning is hit and injure someone. So knock down. So he wanted to knock Bhujaba to the ground. So Bayaji. So that's what he had knocked down. And then spring on. Spring on is a phrasal verb. The meaning of this spring on is throw or jump or make someone responsible or blame someone. So spring on means here you wanted to blame someone, you just want to throw the things on. Now that's what is happening in the society today. Now set foot. Set foot already we learnt in our second unit. Set foot is an idiom, and set foot is to enter in some place. That is the meaning. And then fund amount. So fund amount is a phrase. The total amount of money that has been saved is called as a fund amount. Next one, at leisure. So at leisure is an idiom. At leisure means at one's convenience. So whenever we are convenient, we do something. So at one's convenience, or when somebody is free, means without any work. When we are free without any work, then we call it as at leisure. And the next word is mock sympathy. So mock sympathy is a phrase. Here, insincere or pretending feeling of sharing others' emotions. Now, if you want something and then you want some material gain, you go someone and start praising him, though he is not worthy of. Or you show, oh, you are that, you are this, you are really feeling, sad, you are feeling difficulties, or, you show some concern on the person. That's what called a mock sympathy, which is not in real sense. So that is what we call it as insincere or pretending feeling. That is it. Idle curiosity. Idle curiosity is a phrase again. And here, wanting to know something for no specific reason. Here, if something is happening somewhere, though we are not concerned, though it is not required to us, we still stop and then look at that what has happened. So that is what called as idle curiosity. Means we want to know something even if it is not concerned to us. So that is the meaning called as a idle curiosity. And next, gave out. The word gave out is a phrasal verb. Gave out is made or make a sound. If you make someone, that is what called as gave out. And the next one is lifetime's earnings. The word lifetime's earnings is a phrase, and here money saved in one's life is known to be as a lifetime savings. And the next word is ran one's eyes. So next word is ran one's eyes. Ran one's eyes is an idiom, and looked quickly at the whole of something. So if you look at something, whole of something, completely, fully, then that is what called as ran one's eyes. The next word is wear out. So here the word wear out is a phrasal verb, and the meaning is become damaged. So when you just talk about damage, so we just call it as wear out. Next, eat by turns. Eat by turns is also a phrasal verb. Eat one after another. So eat by turns, you take turns and then do something. That is what we call it as eat one after another. So this is all for today, children. Now this is about reading A, the Storeyed House 1. Very soon we'll meet in our next video about the Storeyed House 2. Until then, start taking care. Thank you for being with us. Thank you all.